Hello, and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager 4 stream. My name is Adam. I am the community manager. With me, as always, and not pictured on your screen, is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
And we are back with our brand new series. Well, this is actually part 2 of the Florida Panthers 2017-2018 season. Jeff, we did not have a lot of luck starting off. We started off 5-7 for 10 points. We are currently sitting 13th in the Eastern Conference. And, well...
Which is, pretty much exactly what the real Panthers are doing this season, so we're not too far off. I think they're 3-5 right now.
Yes. We're going to do a quick little look here at something before we get started. I believe since the last time I streamed the Florida one, we have the Steam Workshop all up and working. More files are going up all the time, including this nice file I just downloaded of all the logos. So you can see I had the American Hockey League. I've since added the ECHL, NCAA divisions, the SPHL, the FHL, USHL. Everything's got logos now. So how do you do that? Because we often get this question on our forums, on the Steam discussions. So what do you do? Well, the biggest thing is you just need to be at this main area here looking at your the main screen when you boot up FHM4. There's a Steamworks button right here. If you click on it, and that's interesting. Why did that suddenly happen? All right. Apparently, my stuff
I'm a little bit farther behind you on the stream. What are you getting?
Yeah, the stuff is over top of each other again, which is weird, and it's not showing the content I had up. I don't know why. It was there a minute ago, so not really sure what happened there. I have to look into that. But regardless, once you open up this page, you can click on Open Workshop, which will open up your Steam place and show you to your community activity, which will bring up some recent hubs. If you click on FHM4, you can see there is an option for the workshop right at the top, which I clicked on, which brings you to all these nice logo packs. The one I got has recently went up. It's called Logo Pack 2017-2018. And there's simply a button here to hit subscribe. That's all you have to do, and it'll download. When you have it downloaded, what you need to do is come in here and click on it, and there's an option to install it, which will be right in this area where I'm circling with my mouse. Once you install it, it'll work. The only thing is, if you already have the game started, you will need to go into your options, or into the save file, and copy the images over. That is correct, right, Jeff?
Say that again?
If you already have a game started and you put in your Steam Workshop stuff, you'll need to copy it over into your save.
Yeah, you'll actually have to copy it out of the Quick Start folder, which you'll have to go down into the graphics folders and pull it out of there and then copy it into the save file, and then it will show up in save.
Yes.
But other than that, it'll show up in new games.
We'll have a video up on our YouTube channel for that hopefully in the next week or so. It's not a hard process to do. But we'll get to that. But there's just a quick little rundown. Currently, so let's take a quick look at our roster. We haven't done anything too crazy with it. I'm trying to think, did we even do... just take a quick look at the transaction log. Right, we picked up...
No, we had a couple of waiver pickups,
yeah.
But no real trades yet.
No. Just taking one more quick look. We have... First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh round. So we have all of our picks, which is good. I feel we're sitting pretty well for where we are. Maybe we'll look at kind of adding somebody if we have a chance. But I'm not really
sure.
Yeah,
kind of see where the season goes. I mean, if we can get a little bit above 500 and maybe take a shot at the playoffs. I don't think we're there yet this year, but...
Well, should we swing for the fences and go after, like, John Tavares?
I think that's... Well, in the off-season, you mean, as a free agent?
No, I meant try and make a trade now. We could offer up a couple players and and a pick. The only thing is we don't really need... I mean, we got Barkov at center and Trocheck.
I'm thinking Barkov would be one of the guys you'd have to offer to get Tavares.
Well, let's just take a quick look, because we did trade for him in our quick Vegas Golden Knights save we did during the opening week. So the New York Islanders... let's see, John Tavares. 5-star player. The Islanders have a weakness at center. Who do we have on our rights list? So what if we offer, starting off, Henrik Borgstrom? And... Alright. Who else do we have at center we could offer? Trocheck's not bad at 3 stars, but 4.75 million is a lot of money for a guy.
Yeah, for somebody at that level, that's probably not going to be that interesting.
What about Nick
as far as
Bustad?
trade value goes to the Islanders?
Nick Bustad, and if we offer a 2nd round pick, is maybe they do it. What if we offer a 4th rounder and a 3rd rounder next year? It's a very balanced offer. How do you feel about that offer?
You can try it. That's so 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
No second. A 3rd and a 4th, and the rights to Henrik Borgstrom and Nick Bustad.
Okay.
We'll offer the trade. What's the worst that happens? They say no? Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I think that'll be a little bit low.
Cuda Creative. What would be a stream with Adam without a major trade? Well, we got to swing for the fences. Okay, so one of the things you may notice is we are on a brand new build that is in beta, which, as Jeff tells me, there is something very special coming up.
Yeah, we've finally got sound control on the in-game screen.
And I know...
So you won't be deafened every... Yeah. So, assuming Adam gets to it quick enough, when we get to a game, you won't be deafened as soon as the crowd noise starts up.
What? What are you talking about? Yeah, all right, so we've started the
over
game.
Each other. And the other nice thing about we were, aside from fixing a couple of bugs, one of which apparently is happening with overtime games, trying to get that fixed. Another thing that Sebastian has done with the in-game view is add the ability to, or I think it's on by default, your settings will be saved from game to game, so you don't have to keep changing every game, going back and resetting the speed if you happen to use a particular speed. And you will notice that the sim to period end is removed right now, where you kind of suspect that's causing a bug. But if you go to what Adam's doing right at the moment and setting play-by-play speed and clock speed to fast or very fast, and cutting down the highlights, it's pretty much the same experience as sim to end the period. We'll just sim through it very quickly, and you'll only see the goals, basically, if that's the highlight selection you got.
So here's the question. Is it low, medium, normal? Is normal the top one, or is medium the top one?
Normal is the is full volume.
All right, so we're going to try low and just kind of see where it's at.
Yeah.
And we could also mute it, but why would we do that? So we'll play this game up. Hey, you can hear it, but it's not over.
Until the goal iron goes.
Yes, well. We're getting outshot 3-0 at the end, through 7 minutes of play. And the Rangers score the first goal. We don't have.
You can see that goes pretty quickly. Without using the sim option, it's pretty much the same. I think you've only got done fast speed. Very fast will go even faster than that.
No, this is very fast.
And this is so. I thought
1-1.
I saw you had it done fast. Did you missed it?
No, very fast now. I switched it up. Okay, so there's 1:11 left in the first period. It's 1-1. We're getting outshot 16-5.
Oh, yeah, pretty much typical of the way our season's gone so far.
Yes. As you can notice, our power play is actually significantly better since we changed tactics, which was very important for us. And if memory serves too, with this game, our shots on goal improved but we gave up another goal. That's 2-1. Thing is, Lundqvist currently has a game rating of 48, so it's not exactly like he's playing lights out. And we get a few more shots on net.
Oh, we're not exactly putting many shots on him either.
Yeah. At the end of 2 periods, it is 2-1. Shots 26-10. So let's hope we get a few more on net. Outshot 30-11. Ooh, rough. And we look to try and bury an equalizer, but we just can't seem to do it. And they score to make it 3-1.
Yeah, Luongo kept us in that one. Shouldn't have been that close, really.
Well, they're outshot 35-14 with 3 minutes left. And we lose. We give up 37 shots. And to only getting 16. The good news is at least Luongo got a little bit hotter because he made so many saves.
Yeah, good game for him, so...
Yeah. It's not like we're not playing terrible, I think. It's just... Aaron Ekblad, again, 48 defensive game
there's
rating.
a lot of guys on the team's match.
Ooh. Jared McCann,
It's not
42.
great. Well, it's not terrible, but it's not great either. But
Well, not from our top defenseman.
yeah, I think this team realistically is probably at least a year away from being half decent. There's a lot of guys with like 2.5 points stars worth of potential that they haven't hit yet.
Oh, good. We lost Aaron Ekblad for 1 to 2 weeks.
Okay, that's not going to help.
Knee injury. So we'll have to look at maybe what we're doing here for defense. All right. So should we maybe... Okay, we're going to use our replace feature, and we're going to put in Max Uyghur. I believe that's his name. Uyghur.
Yeah.
Although we're going to want to move Uyghur maybe down a couple pairings.
Yeah, I wouldn't really put him in right into Ekblad's lineup spot.
But that means he's also playing our top power play minutes. Actually, here's what we can do. So I'm going to put those guys back, and I'm going to take Petrovic and replace him with him. So I should be able to do that, right? I can go Petrovic, replace with Uyghur.
Yep.
And then I'm just going to slide Uyghur down one more, and okay, there. It gives us a little bit more balanced lines. Maxim has improved at center. Excellent. Ratcast has joined and started watching. Thanks for coming out, Ratcast. And one of the things we need to do, Jeff, so let's stop and let's talk about this right now. We kind of went over it a little bit last time, but we went over and we added a bunch of scouts, or added more to what we need to do. But one of the things we talked about and didn't do was assign a scout to a permanent basis. So how do we do that, Jeff?
Easy enough. Just right-click on Scout, and you'll get the Assign Job screen.
Okay, so we're going to take Mike Folgino?
Felino.
Okay, yes, thank you. I was just like, this guy... I mean, then
It's not like he's got 2 kids playing in the league right now
well,
or anything.
that's what I was saying. I'm like, how do I say this name? It just completely drew a blank on me. Okay, so right click, assign job. So he's in the region of Ontario. What do we want to do here now? I got the assignment screen up.
And you want to, so what do you want him to be doing? Looking at guys for the draft, or?
Yes. So we want to
Okay, so what you want is, you got him set to region Ontario. You want to click on the use draft eligibility.
Okay.
And it'll be your only option there. It'll be the NHL entry draft.
All right. And length of the assignment.
And you also want, you want to set that to permanent, and you probably don't want reports back on a weekly basis. So either a month or 2 months is probably the best one.
We'll say every 4 weeks. All right.
Yeah, shouldn't be too spammy.
So you have the region of Ontario, which probably works just fine for him. Okay, I noticed when I look at my regions, there's some that are green lit. What's that about for him?
For his home regions, he's a little bit more effective at scouting in those areas, so he'll tend to scout more players.
Okay, so I shouldn't put him to Nordic Europe then.
Probably not then.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to set him permanent. Now, if I change and click AI Science Scouts, is that going to change his duration or what he's doing?
Yeah, it may reassign him.
Okay, I'm going to click that just to find out because I want to know. And I click AI, and it didn't actually change it. It's still permanent, so that's cool.
Okay, yeah.
And good to know.
Oh, I thought you were talking about turning the AI scouting setting on. Just
should we have somebody looking kind of at NHL players? Because I don't know how well we're scouting other teams.
You can do that. If you want to make those changes, so you should go into the manager options and turn your scouting assistant off, because that will adjust it and will probably cancel out what you're doing now.
No, I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm just going to check here for a second. Our current budget is... Oh, so we still have way more room to add more scouts by the looks of it. Or a little bit of room. All right, I'm just going to try adding one guy. I want to set all of USA and all of Canada. This guy right here, Steve Casper. I'm going to set him to being the region scouting. He's in Ontario. Is there a way to set him to US Canada? No.
No, it has to be a narrower area than that.
So I should just say Eastern USA then. That'll scout teams for us. So we want to scout the NHL. So the National Hockey League. We don't want to look at a specific team, though. We just kind of want to look at everybody.
Yep. And you want to uncheck the rights available button, because it doesn't make sense to be looking at NHL players. Other than that, if you left that button checked, it would only be looking at your own players.
Okay, so if I click on National Hockey League, I just double check this to make sure it worked. It switched off the region, so he's just looking at the National Hockey League. So you
can either scout by region or by league. You can't do both at the same time.
No, I accidentally deleted by hitting free agents. We do actually need somebody looking at free agents, though, so maybe we'll do that too. So what do I need? Length of assignment, permanent. Report back every 4 weeks. So we don't want to change anything else, though, from what I'm looking at.
Not unless there's some specific type of player you're looking for.
Okay. Then no, we'll just leave him just as our National Hockey League scout.
They scout all the goalies in the NHL, or...
Okay. I was thinking of one more thing we should set to scout. Oh, free agents, right? That's what it was. So how about... I don't need somebody who's that great at it. Maybe I should go sign a free agent if I have the room. Maybe that's what I'll do. So I want to go to personnel, free agents, look for scouts, scouts who scout, region, and let's look at North America. Or all of USA, Canada. Alright, so who do we have here? How about Norm McIver? That seems like a good hire. Right, Jeff?
Yeah. Doesn't hurt as long as we got the budget for it.
Yeah. So where's Norm McIver gone to? There he is. Okay, no assignment. So let's assign him to region... No, we just want the North National Hockey League, I would assume, and we're looking at free... Oh, no, we just want to click free agents. Right. I want to scout for ability and quality, or do I want to scout for potential and quantity?
If you're scouting the NHL, you're looking for free agents?
Yeah.
With this one, I would you're not. Do you want? Are you looking for prospects, or are you looking for guys that can help immediately?
Bit of both, but I guess so. Probably better to scout for ability and quality, or quantity. We should maybe do quantity.
Yeah, that quantity will look at more players. That's not quality of the player. That's just trying to raise the scouting level as high as possible.
Yeah, so
it'll look at a small number of players repeatedly.
Yeah, so scout for ability and scout for quantity. Interesting.
Chat question from Gudu. If can scouts get more proficient in region the more they scout in it? No, not right now. I'm probably going to be making a bunch of changes to scouting at some point, which will affect that. We'll probably get away from using specific regions, and I think what I'd like to do is just give them one sort of home base and then a range from that in which they're effective, and then that would be easier to make them more effective within that range or extend that range.
The Islanders have talked to us. Who says, I cannot agree to this trade, but it's close to being all right. All right, then, you have my attention, Mr. Islanders. Let's see if you're trying to move anyone. Kane LaFranchise? Looks like Steven Giunta. Doesn't seem to be helping us at all. So what if I look at just who else do I have fairly high on potential and someone who I'm not really going to miss? No. Okay, what if we turn the fourth rounder into a third rounder from this year? And offer 2 third rounders.
Do you have a third rounder? Okay.
Yeah. And all right, 2 third rounders, and let's throw in the rights to that guy, Jonathan Eng. So 2 third round picks, rights to 2 guys, and Nick Bustad. Offer the game. We got a game versus Carolina here. We're just going to sim through it. And we win 2-0. And Luongo is up to 3 fires. Awesome. Shutout. Trocheck scores and Ian Mikoshin scores.
Yeah. Should maybe take a look at our scoring leaders at some point too, just to see if anybody's underperforming right now.
And Michael Haley just got hurt because you had to bring that up. So I guess that means Connor Brinkley draws back in.
Yep. Who's actually got a little more potential than Haley, and I think this will be his. Oh no, Brinkley played a little bit last year.
Well, for
or
that
2
matter,
years ago.
if we want to do that, we could
it was
put
his first NHL game, but now
Shinkaruk in if we wanted most potential.
Oh, true. Yeah, that would probably make more sense.
All right, so we'll put him replace with Shinkaruk, who is one of Jeff's favorite players because he was drafted by the Vancouver Canucks.
Vancouver, and then traded to Calgary, and now on waivers to us.
Exactly. And 7 emails. What? Okay, so guy on waivers, Eero? Pakarinen? How do you say that? I honestly don't know.
Pakarinen, I think. Hang on, I got my NHL guide right next to me. We'll look that up.
I knew you would. And PK Subban broke his hamate bone in his wrist, so he's done for 2 months. Harsh.
Ouch. That hurts for...
Yeah, okay, so you want a quick look at... how long is he here for? I forgot. Day-to-day with a bruised wrist. Okay, that's fine. Let's look at our stats summary, and we can see Barkov leads us with 10 points through 14 games. Yandel's got 9, Trocheck's got 7, Ekblad has 7 in 12 games.
Huberdeau's not doing much, is he?
Not so far. 4 points in 14
What line do we have him on?
He is currently playing on our first line with Barkov and Trocheck. What is he averaging for ice time, though? Huberdeau. 16:29 a game. So he's getting a little bit less time, but you should kind of kick that into gear at some point.
According to the NHL guide, it is Eero Pakarinen.
Okay. So we have several guys on waivers here. Luke Glendening, Nick Jensen, Jordan Nolan, Seth Griffith, and Dennis Rasmussen are all on waivers.
Yeah, I noticed I'm just playing a little bit forward from the save that you sent me. It's a lot of guys moving on waivers early in the year.
I don't really think any of them are worth us picking up.
Yeah, nobody really. We've got a couple of guys on waivers already. Doesn't really jump out at me as anybody we need.
I mean, we don't have a lot of depth with this team, but we do only have, I think it's 38 guys under contract, which gives us some flexibility to make some moves.
Yeah, I think I'd probably wait. Hang on, see if somebody that's maybe
Alex,
at least 2.5 star potential shows up on the waiver list.
All right, so Seth Griffith is claimed by the Avalanche. Jets claim Nick Jensen, and Luke Denning goes to Philadelphia. And the Islanders still say no. Come on, Islanders.
Yeah, not surprised then.
All right, let's take the third
Maybe
round.
that was going to be a tough trade.
And let's take away Borgstrom for a second, and let's just offer a second rounder, see what happens. Hardly likely, though, accept that offer. Okay, we'll offer Borgstrom back.
Yeah, not going to go through.
I think it's a very well-balanced offer. Oh, they... All right, what if we throw in... No, 7th round pick, not too low. Try a 4th round pick? No.
It's probably even still too low, I think you'd... Maybe a second rounder from a future year.
Add 2 second rounders? Ah, that seems like a lot.
No, it's Tavares.
Let's just offer 1 second rounder and see where we fall. And I'm going to see if they'll throw in one of these guys they don't want. See if that helps sweeten the pot for them. All right, so game versus Buffalo. Here, we'll just sim through it again. And we lose 4-0. Ouch.
Yeah.
And Buffalo's
inconsistent so far.
5-9-2, so they're kind of up and down. We give up 4 goals in the first period, and that's how we lose.
On the bright side, we had a shutout for 2 periods.
Alex Petrovic gets hurt. Oh,
score.
Man. And Owen Tippett has improved at center, at least. But that means we're short a defenseman now.
Yeah, going to have to call somebody up from Springfield.
We shall take a look here in 1 minute.
And that's... Wow, didn't realize how thin we are down there. Wow. Mike Downing, that's about it. The only guy better than 1 star.
What if we grab John Drager on... No, he's half star. He's not even worth it. Shane O'Brien. That's a name I haven't heard for a few years. There is nobody left on free agents block who's going to help us.
Yeah, no, not well at this point in the season. Not likely.
Okay, I have to look here at the roster. We have 3 guys hurt now. I guess, oh good, we can put Petrovic on IR. So we need to call up... Who are you thinking? Downing?
Yeah, it seems like the best option. I mean, there's a couple of guys with... No, there's not even anybody with any more potential than that.
How do we have...
Really... If you see a decent defenseman on the waiver wire, I would maybe pick him up because we're...
And try and throw him down to the minors? How do we have a guy on our team who's...
Oh, we can send Uyghur down. He's... Or actually, no, McCaution would be the guy to send down.
We don't need to send anybody down. We're fine.
No, I'm just thinking if we pick somebody up on waivers, we've got defensemen we can send down that don't need to be exposed to waivers.
Okay. Who did I just call? Oh, Downing. He's coming in for Petrovic. And that keeps our roster at 23. Of course, Downing moves up. Okay, I'm just going to let my assistant redo my lines because we're going to have to... Oh, wow. Who's on the right top of the right wing on your team right now?
First line right wing?
Yeah,
Trocek is on mine. What?
Yeah, so just move Tippett up to the first line right wing and Trocek does center the second line. I'm actually okay with that.
Yeah, that works. I mean, might be rushing Tippett a little bit, but could help him.
Yeah. So
you could always swing Verbata up to the first line, but it's not like he's going to get any better.
All right, 1-0 win for us. Roberto Luongo with another shutout. Barkov scores the only goal of the game with just under 2 minutes into the first 2 minutes left in the first period. Excellent. And we're up to 7-9. All right. Downing wants Aaron Ekblad's number. I don't think that's going to happen. He could have number 4, though, for Bobby Orr. And he's okay with that. As he should be.
Yep, surprised that's actually open, but...
Alright. Some more guys on waivers popping up, but they are not defensemen. The Islanders still say no. You're killing me, Islanders. I really don't.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to give somebody a little more substantial than just picks and rights and basically our second or third line center.
I just threw in James Reimer to see what the answer was.
No, it's fine. That's actually going to probably send the worth of the trade down a little bit because he's only got 2 stars and he's on a fairly expensive contract with 4 years to run on it. So that's going to drag his value down quite a bit.
What about Dadonov? Still well balanced off.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing there. He's a little better than Reimer, but he's still expensive.
Mm-hmm.
McCann might be an option.
McCann. All right, well, I'll add him and offer it. I will actually just... that's the wrong one. I wanted rights. All right. Offer trade again. And game versus Dallas. We'll just sim through this again, and we win 4-2. Take that, Dallas.
Yeah, so lineup juggling works.
Yeah, Owen Tippett, goal and assist for number 1 star.
Nice.
And we're 1 game shy of 500 now.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if we'd maybe made a mistake keeping him up and not sending him back to the OHL before 10 games. But
Victor
keeps that up good.
Is a 24-year-old defenseman, 1.5 star, 2-star potential. I think we will try and get him. He's Russian, Kazakhstan. We will claim him.
Yeah, from Buffalo, not off to much of a start, but I think it's a little bit better than most of what we've got.
Yeah, well, if we get a little bit of depth, then who knows? Maybe we'll end up trading somebody too.
Yeah. Kind of a smaller guy, only 5'11", 179, and
the
defensive defenseman, which he's
Islanders
not at all physical.
Instead, so we didn't get him.
Oh, the Islanders stolen from you? No?
Yes. Game versus San Jose, and we lose 3-2. Jeff, I'm getting a little bit of feedback from you. I can hear myself coming back through the headphones.
That's weird. Yeah, I've got nothing that should be feeding. I've got the sound off on the screen I'm watching Twitch on. What else could that be coming through?
Not sure. It just occasionally, every once in a while. Aaron Ekblad is back and healthy. Tavares just got hurt, which maybe helps us make that trade. Okay, so Ekblad's coming back in. Who's coming out? Uyghur? Or, well, no, I guess we should probably send Downing back down, huh?
Yeah, that. Or actually, wait. Is Downing? The other option would be there's another 1.5-star guy we've got. Let me just get back to that screen. McCaution is
Chris
doesn't have to be exposed to waivers, so he's an option.
18 games played, 3 points, 25 penalty minutes is a -3. Downing has played 3 games, 14 penalty minutes, and is a -3. I think we're going to send Downing back down. For right now. And that means we get Aaron Ekblad back, which means we're going to just let the lines redo themselves. And just rebalance some of this lining a bit, because, oh right, so the tactics we're playing is cycling in the 1-3-1-4 check, which seems to be working out for us okay, and on power play we're using overload, which we just started after.
You still getting that feedback from me when I'm talking?
No, not now.
That's weird, because I didn't have. I've checked everything, and there's literally no other device that could be picking up sound.
I don't know. It's just one of those weird things that maybe just happened, and unless I
Or
was
you're
somehow,
imagining things.
well, maybe somehow it was me, but I was just assuming it was coming from you because it sounded like it was coming through my headset. Trade between Chicago and Pittsburgh. Jean-Francois Berube has moved to Wilkes-Barre Scranton for a 5th-round pick. And the Islanders still say, no. No, we just can't do it. So, let's keep McCann. And I'm just going to offer them another second-round pick. I still think this is a well-balanced offer. Okay. Let's offer them our 1st-round pick this year. And I think this is a well-balanced offer. Okay, I don't think we're going to be able to get him, so I'm going to have to say we're just going to have to let it be.
It's always free agency, if he makes it that far.
That being said, we'll just take a quick look at who is on the trade block, and nobody really of interest to us. Patrick Eves, Eric Fair, DeMonte Smith, Pelly. Nobody who's jumping out, which is okay. So we have a game versus the LA Kings now. Another quick sim through it, and we win in overtime 2-1. Badly got outshot, 41.
We can actually win 2 games in a row for once.
Yeah, 41-20, but it actually went to a shootout. Barkov scores the only goal in the shootout. And Makoshin just gets injured again. And he's gone for approximately 13 days because, of course... Oh, he's only lightly hurt, so he's not coming out. Lacerated hand. He'll survive. Which means with that we stay 1 game below 500. Bad news for Vancouver. Henrik Sedin hurt. He's missing 3 months with a torn bicep.
Well, at least some of the Canucks prospects get to play. Although it's not like we have a ton of centers.
Someone on Twitter was complaining how the Toronto Maple Leafs kept beating them in their game, and I said, yeah, well, welcome to my world in our streams.
Yeah. Well, actually, Vancouver is, 3 points ahead of the Jets right now, aren't they?
Oh, probably, I don't know. We lose...
Don't worry.
We lose 3-2. Reimer. In the real world. Well, the Jets haven't... See, I'm so confused right now with the NHL because the Jets haven't played since last Friday, I think. And they don't when they play Sunday. So...
Yeah, that is odd.
Well, I mean, compared to last year,
I did see something interesting today. Apparently, they somehow managed to schedule all the Canadian teams in Vegas on weekends.
Oh, that's shocking.
Yeah.
Well, Danny DeKeyser's on waivers, but do we really want a 5-year contract at $5 million? $5.5 million?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, he's a slight upgrade, but it's kind of a waste of money. We've got a couple of questionable contracts already, Reimer and possibly Dadenoff.
Yeah, I think we just kind of...
I think I'd leave him alone. Maybe try for somebody better in free agency in the offseason.
Yeah. Oh, what I was going to say was last year the Jets played 30 games. Oh, there, I just heard it just again there for half a second. Jets played 30 games in 65 days last year, which was like the most ever. And they're like, the Winnipeg Jets have picked up Danny DeKeyser. And Tampa Bay has reclaimed Eric Tangradi.
At least on the bright side this year, there's no Olympic break to mess the schedule up even worse.
Yeah, but the thing about the Jets thing was they literally played like every other day for the first half or for the first 2 months of the year, and so it's really hard to wrap your mind around their play once every 3 or 4 days now after that schedule last year, which was really unfair to them, to be honest. Great night for Wayne Simmons. He had 3 goals in 15 minutes of ice time. That is pretty impressive. And why in the world did New Jersey do that? New Jersey got the rights to Robin Salo for Kyle Palmieri. Interesting trade. And we have a game here versus...
Yes, I mean, if they figure they're not ready yet and want to...
Game versus Toronto. So let's see, our options have saved, as we can see here. Awesome. And so we'll play this game versus Toronto. Beauty Creative in the chat says, don't all teams have the week off at some point during the season? Yes.
Yeah, they're doing that this year. I don't think that was that necessarily Winnipeg's week off, though? Because they had a game there in there.
This year there is... No, this year is... everything's stacked in 2 weeks, isn't it? Like half the league has 1 week off and half the league has the other week off.
Oh, yeah, I think you might be right, yeah.
They did something different this time. And Austin Matthews gives the Leafs a 1-0 lead halfway through the second period.
Well, at least we're not losing as badly as we normally do with the Leafs.
We're actually kind of evening up on shots as well. We're trying, we just can't bury that goal.
Yeah, and the main thing is we've been so inconsistent this year. Have we won more than 1 game in a row at any point?
We had 2 games.
Oh, we had one little streak, I think, at the start.
Tippett scores to tie it up.
Yeah, there we go.
And Toronto's kind of dominating, but we make it to overtime.
I got a point out of it at least.
I notice our penalty kill is only at 31. We should maybe take a look at that in a minute. And we're to a shootout, so I'm going to change this. Actually, we'll just get through it here really quick, and we can see we lose 2-1 in the shootout. Dun, 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 dun. But at least we got 1 point. Alright, so let's advance a day.
How are we doing in standings right now? Are we still ahead of Buffalo at least?
Great question. We are currently 9-11-1 for 19 points on the season. And taking a look at the standings once we finish simming to the next day. We are now in 11th place, actually tied for 10th with Boston and Detroit. And the Islanders...
Well, higher than I thought.
Islanders are 17th, 17 points. Buffalo's at 17, Philly's at 16, Tampa's at 15. Tampa has been surprisingly mediocre.
Did Stamkos get hurt again?
Good question. I don't know. Take a quick look at the roster.
Well, looks healthy in this one. Oh no, he's missed 5 games from...
Stamkos
Yeah, it looks like he had an injury at the start of the year.
Yeah, he only has 10 points, so that's not helping. Kucherov has 18. I think they would trade us Mikhail Sergachev. Try and get him out of Tampa.
Yeah, could try. I don't know how likely it is. I mean, if they're trying for, they might be more likely to do it when they're a little closer to the trading deadline. If they're, depends on where they are in the standings. If they turn it around by that point and they're starting to contend, they may want to make a push.
Tampa Bay has no real weaknesses. Doesn't make it. I'll just offer them Henrik Borgstrom. I'll just offer it out, see what happens. All right, strategies. Penalty killing. Our penalty killing tactic is the box. What?
I was just going to say, Ratcast had a question. Chad, is the USPHL in this game it's not set up as a separate league. They're part of the generic US Junior B, Eastern Junior B, I think it is, league.
Yeah.
We don't go all the way down into individual Junior B level teams.
Should we consider changing our shorthanded tactic? Should we move to like an aggressive forecheck?
I'd leave it as it is for now. I think if we want to improve it a little bit, we change the players, change the roles a little bit, or try to find a better defensive forward because don't think we have a really great one right now. But I don't think it's really the tactics' fault. You got a fairly young team, most of the better guys are offensive. I mean, they've got
well, that's why
Michael Haley's decent defensively, but he's not really a.
That's why I wondered if an aggressive forecheck would make more sense. Young guys with speed.
No, I think that's probably just going to lead to more mistakes and even worse performance.
So a higher draft pick is what you're saying.
And also getting Ekblad and Petrovic back.
4-1 loss to Chicago. Ouch. Ratcast says I do some play-by-play once in a while for some of those teams. Sweet.
Let's
see. Gabriel Dumont is on waivers. But again, that doesn't really look like someone who we need. Arizona and Buffalo make a trade. Marco Scandella goes to Arizona for Brad Richardson. I'm going to put Danonov. Should we try and shop him and see what we get for offers?
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of an awkward fit for us.
He's on a big contract. Just kind of throw it out there, see what we get.
Yeah, it's worth a shot.
And we can show the new shut player feature. Tampa Bay says no way, but it's actually close to being all right. Okay, now I just have to.
Yeah, I just tried it in my game, then shop on Dadonov, and nothing incredibly great. Mostly 2-star guys, 1.5-star guys in the draft pick.
If I offer the rights to Borgstrom, a 4th and a 5th rounder, we could get Sergachev. What do you think?
Do we really want to give up Borgstrom now? That's probably our best prospect. One of them.
Okay, well, let's take a look here. Take him off. And then let's look who else we got.
So we could probably get him out of college at the end of this year. And that's, possible. 3-star center, 2.5, 3-star center. Would literally be our second best. Bjugstad isn't going to get much better.
Well, I know.
Yeah, I think we'd mess up our center depth if we move him.
I know, but getting defensive depth like that is...
did get one decent offer from Vegas. They offered me John Merrill and a 6th rounder for Dadonov.
All right, I'll just take a look here. So we'll put Dadonov on the trade block, or sort of shot player, and see what we get. 8 offers. Dylan Hetherington and a 7th round pick. Okay, that's not terrible. Chris Thorburn and a 6th round pick. Reject.
Pass on that.
Brian Boyle and a 5th round pick.
Okay.
That's not bad. Edmonton offers Joe I can't say names anymore. Gambrella.
Gambardella.
Yeah, I'm going to reject that. Senators offer Mark Borowetsky and a 5th round pick. That's not bad either.
That's actually would be pretty good depth-wise for us.
Nashville offers 21-year-old Justin Kirkland and a 7th round pick. That's not really that great. Columbus offers Andre Benoit and a 7th round pick. That's nothing that great. And Vegas offers...
I think Ottawa's the best one so far.
Pierre-Edouard Bellemare and a 6th round pick.
Yeah, just a tough guy. I like the Vegas one. Or not the Vegas one, the Ottawa one.
Mark Borowetsky, 28-year-old defenseman.
Yeah, and the 5th rounder.
And the 5th round. Oh, it's that, or it's Brian Boyle.
I think Borowetsky's only 28. What's his contract look like? He's on his last year of the contract, but he's only making $1.1 million. So we can probably get him re-signed, hopefully, and
well, Boyle's on a
at least another year
deal
on him, I think.
At $2.5 million. Or $2.75 million, which isn't bad.
Yeah.
So what did you say? Sorry.
I'd take the Ottawa one over that.
So you take a 2-star defenseman over a 2.5-star forward?
Yeah, just considering the age and...
All right. We will do the Ottawa trade. All right.
And that opens up a little free agent money for the offseason, too.
Yeah. So Borowetsky's hurt, so we can't even put him in the lineup. And I guess this means...
Oh, that's why they offered him.
Connor... Well, he's hurt for 2 weeks. I looked at that. Brickley comes back in then. So we'll rejuggle our lines. And play this game versus New Jersey. Or send it through, rather. And we lose 2-1. Because, of course, we did.
Yeah, I think we're probably should be thinking about rebuild mode fairly soon.
Let's see.
I mean, we're probably not going to finish last overall, but probably better if we get into a lottery pick position.
Oh, good. Borowetsky is upset because we didn't give him 74. I offered him 77, and he went, and he's incensed.
Why didn't you give him 74? Who's got 74?
Owen Tippett. I'm not giving our not giving our number one.
What are the odds 2 guys wanted 74?
He's still okay, but he's pouting because he didn't get 74. Come on, man. Game versus the Rangers, and we lose again 2-1 because that seems to be how we're going to play every game. And Mark Press just got hurt because of course he did. How deep did you go with Vegas goalies? They need them all. Yeah, Vegas is having some bad luck. Alex Petrovic.
I mean, they haven't really had. They've been getting a lot of injuries, but their luck's been just fine.
Oh, right
There's a
after.
theory on Reddit I saw today. Apparently, they figure that Vegas is doing well because all these teams are going into Vegas for the first time this season. Everybody's having a great time the night before, and then Vegas beats them up at home.
Not a terrible thought, I guess. All right.
Yeah, see how long it lasts, though.
Yeah. And Pasternak tore his abdominal muscles and is out 4 games. So although we were close to 500, we're back down to 4 games or 5 games below 500 now. And
So we're close, but we're not close.
Yeah, well, we were, but then we've simply lost games. Okay, have a look to see who's doing better than Saad and Panarin. Yeah, I think we can take a look at that. Give me 1 second here while we take a look.
Probably Saad. He seems to do pretty well on
So McKenzie,
most of the games
Roberta,
I
Haley,
tested by.
Bailey went down. Ben Fickelstein has a bunch of ups. Always good to see. Just take a quick look to see if anybody really jumped. Owen Tippett's at 2.5 stars, but I think he already was.
No, I think there's only 2.
All right, good for him then. Nothing really outstanding there. And some more guys injured. And Tampa Bay says no to our trade after you make me remove the guy. Okay, so we want to look at stats here for a second. Top goal scoring leaders is 21 goals for TJ Oshie. Backstrom's got 34 assists, 41 points. Ovechkin has 35 shots on net, or 135 shots on net, and has 16 goals. Very impressive. Do we know
pretty well.
Anybody on these lists? Taking a quick look, doesn't really look like it.
Yes and no.
All right, player stats. So many. Let's instead go to team look, and so we're going to go to Chicago and see a stats summary. And Brendan Saad has 25 points in 25 games, 12 goals, 13 assists. And we wanted to look at Artemi Panarin, who is on Columbus. And Panarin has 26 points in 25 games, 7 goals, 19 assists. So that's pretty easy.
Yeah. I mean, they're off to a pretty even start this year, too.
Yeah. Quick game here versus San Jose. And we lose again, giving up 52 shots. We lose 5-2. We are getting destroyed on shots. And Barkov just got hurt. He listed as day-to-day with a thumb contusion. And so with that, I will advance the day, but I think that means that we will take our leave here. Maybe we'll have another special stream on another day where Adam continues a little bit more, but we'll take some time off right now.
Sounds good.
PWalk66 in the chat, just to throw off. Can a goalie get a game misconduct penalty and back up get some broken leg? What happens?
No, we cheat a little bit in that case. We won't let the second one happen.
Yeah. All right. So, with that in mind, thank you very much for tuning into another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. We stream typically every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. You can see all of our videos archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments. You can reach us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. Twitter, we're at Franchise Hockey. Or you can come on down to our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. If you click on the community button in the top right-hand corner, it takes you to our official forums where you can talk about Franchise Hockey Manager, Out of the Park Baseball, MLB Manager, or anything else you desire. Jeff, did I miss anything?
No, I think we got pretty much everything covered. We will be back next week again, trying to get our Islanders historical challenge done. So far, so good. We're off to a fairly good start to the season, but we've got to win a cup and got to beat the mid '80s Oilers to do it. So that's going to be tough.
Yes, and just looking here as we end so everybody can see, our owner is upset with us and he thinks we badly need to improve the team because if not, we're probably going to get fired. Quick look at the things.
But job security is still looking fairly good, so maybe that's an empty threat, I hope.
Empty threats so far, but we'll see how it continues.